what happened on 9/11 can happen again.
We've got to be right every day. They've only got to be right one time.
Oh, I think September 11th, you can almost put that as a milestone of things started changing drastically after that.
We moved from that strategic reserve to an operational force.
You know, wearing the uniform, I know that we had a duty to do.
No questions asked, just get ready and do it.
The 1123rd Transportation Company was one of the first ones called up. The two medical companies, the 213th and the 296, were also immediately called up.
The focus then seemed to be that the Guard and Reserves were going to be primarily sending support troops in. We wouldn't be using combat forces. You know, little did we know then that was going to change, and it changed pretty quick.
And General Walford at that time told me that the 39th was going to go to Iraq.
And all of a sudden we're there and it's ours. And in Taji, Iraq, we own it all. The whole compound and all the ground around it.
We had a huge AO that included Adamia, Zabak Sur, which butts up against Sadr City. You know, we literally walked into a fight. Abu Ghraib had just broke. And so there was still a lot of unrest based on that. And that's when the insurgency really started to escalate. You don't know how soldiers are really going to act in combat. And of course, being engaged with about half the convoys the first day, I think that set the tone that our soldiers were there to fight.
He's down. He's down. Man down.
I remember very well those first reports of combat casualties coming in, with probably one of the most tragic blows being the evening that we lost 4 soldiers at one time.
This was 24th of April, 2004. It was when we had the rocket attack that morning.
And then the very next day I lost one of my soldiers in my PSD team. So within a very short amount of time we had like 9 or 10 casualties.
That's the most difficult thing I've done in this job. To look at families, to talk to families in the face, in the light of the loss of their loved one through combat casualty. That's the most difficult thing I've ever done.
It's tragic, and there's not enough words to describe the feelings of the loss. But tempered with that feelings of loss is a great admiration for what those soldiers and all of our men and women that wear the uniform are willing to do.
You know, I had to bury 3 good friends with Easy 40. None of us were ready for that. I had the privilege to escort one of the bodies. Hardest thing I've ever had to do.
It's impacted me to this day for the way I look at life and the way I look at soldiers. Just very tragic for our brigade and for the Arkansas National Guard, and especially for the families.
We've had a significant number of casualties, which is indicative of the fact that our troops are over there. They're in the fight. They're part of the total Army team. We're not weekend warriors.
Guard is so much stronger now and in such much better shape than it was when I was in the Guard. And I think we've demonstrated we can do it as well as anybody.
I think those deployments, that op-tempo and that expectation, the professionalism, raised our level of ability. You know, it's a matter of resources.
Now we have the latest technology there is in the Army. We're no different than our active component counterparts. So
Most of the people that come in now and the people that are still around are the warriors, the ones that really have that desire to serve.
They fully expect to be mobilized, and in fact, they look forward to that opportunity to be mobilized and serve their country.
The active duty counts on us. We're part of their annual planning for the next, not just the next contingency, but the ongoing operations.
Simultaneous, we are the only force that has a dual mission, a state and a federal mission. Those missions here in the state never stop.
So 9/11 happened 10 years ago. Out of the 10 years, I've been overseas 5 years.
It's been a strain on family members. Been a strain, terrible strain on employers.
They've been patient, they've been supportive, and they have been very understanding, and for that we're very appreciative.
It's been a difficult transition, but overall it's been a great experience, I think, just for the Guard, the quality of soldier that we now have, the training they now have, the equipping they now have. They know they're a vital part of our nation's